What is going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. This is the channel where we sit down and cover different comic book stories from different comic book companies. Today, we are going to jump back over to Marvel Comics, and we are going to begin our coverage over the Infinity Event. This was a big event back in 2013, I want to say, where of course Johnathan Hickman is working on Avengers and New Avengers, and everything he was working on so far led up to this moment right here. But the thing is, this is only a stopping gap, meaning that right after this event we get a lot of more things from Johnathan Hickman with his Avengers and New Avengers run. It gets really crazy, and honestly, Hickman did an amazing job. But this is only one part, one chapter, and the first chapter is a long chapter, but of course it had to be long to set everything up for the entire event. So if you enjoy today's comic book video, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video. In the beginning of this book, we get reminded of what had happened in the New Avengers storyline to remind us what is happening at the moment with the multiverse. The multiverse is dying, with the incursions, which is Earth from different universes crashing into one another. The Illuminati has been trying to find a way to stop it, except the only way to save their world from being destroyed is to destroy another Earth before it crash lands into the main Marvel universe. But in a previous video, they had no choice but to use a bomb to get rid of another Earth. It was already a dead planet for the most part. But of course, it is something that will weigh on their minds for a long period of time down the road. We then pick up on the moon of Saturn, which is known as Titan, where we see a creature known as Outrider is meeting with his master. Of course, that master is Corvus Glaive, one of the members of the Black Order. The reason why they are meeting is because he just came back from a world saying there could be something the true leader of this group actually wants on that planet the Outrider had just left. But apparently, he sends the Outrider back out because the true leader of the group is still not pleased completely, meaning that whatever the Black Order is looking for could be on a different planet. So, the Outrider leaves again to go to a different world to be looking for something for the true leader of the Black Order. We then jump to the planet Ahil Agulo, where we see Corvus Glaive meeting with this planet leader. Now this is the planet that the Outrider had came from before meeting with Corvus Glaive. Now Corvus Glaive is asking them a question: where in the world is their best warrior? Of course, the leader says he has no idea, but Corvus Glaive says he knows where their best warrior is at. Of course, that is the moment he explains that the warrior has been killed by him, and he was so easy to kill. To show proof of killing this great warrior, well, that is the moment he shows the leader of the world the warrior's weapon, so they can know he was speaking the truth here. Now, the leader of the planet wants to know what Corvus Glaive wants so that he won't wreak havoc completely across the entire planet. Well, that is the moment Corvus Glaive says he wants a tribute. And of course, he says it with an evil smile. Now we see Corvus Glaive actually take the tribute back over to the true leader of the Order, where of course some of the minions are carrying the case, and when they open it, well, we come to find out who is the true leader of the group, and that is Thanos himself. On top of that, we come to find out what the tribute is. And of course, it is a set of heads of people that came from that planet. When Thanos sees the tribute, well, of course, he is excited. And then we move on. Getting back to the Outrider that was sent by Corvus Glaive has arrived on Earth, and with him being there, well, he begins the process of going around to different spots in the superhero community. showing us that he is gathering information from their minds, but no one can see the creature because he is able to cloak his appearance from everyone. But of course, we know all of this information that is gathering is for Thanos for some strange reason. What is that reason though? Well, we have to keep moving on to find out why it is here for. Now we jump over to the planet Gladiator. Now we actually saw this planet in our prelude to Affinity. And remember that this planet was shown to us by Captain Universe because she was showing what is coming to Earth down the road. She brought Manifold here to warn the Avengers about this situation. Now what is happening on this planet is that right now the builders are getting rid of this planet. Remember, the builders were the first race in the universe who used to praise Captain Universe as a god. But of course, they decided they go their own way and shape the universe in their own image. So they would go around and decide if each planet should be helped to evolve or should be erased because the world doesn't fit their image. So they decide that this planet should be erased. But there's a problem here though. This world has heroes to protect it. Now this isn't really a problem for the builders though, because these heroes, these space knights, really can't do anything at all. Even though they are trying to fight against the forces of the builders and say all of the lives they can save, at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter because the builders have something else up their sleeve, and that is a weapon that can wipe out an entire planet in one single swoop. That is exactly what happens here. As soon as their weapon appears over the world, Captain Universe knows what is about to happen. The entire planet is vaporized in one single blast, including Captain Universe as well, it seems. But then we jump back to Earth, well really right outside of the planet, because we pick up with Abigail Brand. She is the leader of SWORD, an organization made to protect the space area around the Earth. Now in our last video, she told us that her crew has stopped a group of spaceships from crashing onto the Earth, except one did get past, and we saw that it was the Skrulls who had crash land on Earth. So she called up the Avengers to go find him. Now the Skrulls do have the ability to change their appearance, but of course that doesn't matter because the Avengers were able to find them and use a weapon to show their true form. But when the Avengers begin to fight against the Skrulls on Earth, something happens on the space station for SWORD, and of course it is very important. Now once the Avengers are done with that, well that is when Abigail calls to Earth to talk to the Avengers about a new problem. That problem is of course Captain Universe had just appeared on the space station of SWORD. So now we know that she is alive and well. But we can't worry about that at the moment because we have to pick up at the Atelian, the home of the Inhumans. And apparently there have been a lot of problems going on at the moment. Some division between Black Bolt, the king of the Inhumans, and his queens, especially the one he loves the most, Medusa. That is not the biggest problem though, because remember, the Outrider who came to Earth looking for something, well, he goes to the Atelian looking for someone. So he breaks into the Atelian and goes straight into the room of Black Bolt and began to use his powers as a way to read Black Bolt's mind to learn more about something. Back at the space station for the SWORD organization, we see that they are wondering what in the world happened to Captain Universe and if she is going to be okay. You have Ex Nihilo tell everyone that she is going to be okay, but that is the moment Abigail Brand say they got a message from the Kree. Of course, the Kree being a race who is trying to conquer multiple planets and at this point at war with the Skrulls. One other outpost was attacked by the builders and they were completely taken out. It leads to them actually sending a message trying to say what is happening, but the builders send a warning out that they are coming for more people who see this message. This is the moment you have Abigail say that they're looking at the path where the builders are going on. They are coming to Earth and something bad is about to come. We actually pick up with the Attilan again, and of course the Outrider who is trying to read the mind of Black Bolt. He has been able to dive deep into the mind of Black Bolt and get a lot of information, but still he is digging for something very special. That is the moment we see Black Bolt wake up, because he was able to tell someone was trying to read his mind. Now the Outrider does try to get away, but of course since he is injured thanks to Black Bolt, he is having a hard time getting away. But he was able to get away, but the question is, did the Outrider get what he was looking for while in the mind of Black Bolt? Well, time will tell, but if he did, this could lead to something bad down the road. But then we pick up with the Avengers, and we see the Avengers right now talking about a plan, since they know that the Builders are on their way. But if the Builders arrive on Earth, it is game over. So the plan is to attack the Builders wherever they are at, so that would give them a better chance to win. So you have the Avengers build a team to go meet the Builders head on, and another team is going to stay here just in case the first team won't be able to stop the Builders. But this is only the beginning, because this is only the first chapter of this event. We still have to cover the rest of this and Avengers and New Avengers tie-ins as well, because it is going to make everything make sense and also add more questions as well. But to close on this video, we see the Outrider that was sneaking around Earth crash land back on Titan. Now he is badly injured and he barely made it back to Titan, but of course this is the moment we pick up with the rest of the Black Order. Proxima Midnight, Black Dwarf or Black Dwarf. Man, I'm having a hard time saying that. Please forgive me. The Ebony Maw, and finally Super Giant. But he's not here to talk to them, but instead to talk to Thanos himself, to tell Thanos that he was able to find what he was looking for. We don't know what just yet, but of course Thanos is happy, because even the Earth has been a challenge for Thanos in the past. But most of the Avengers are gone to fight against the Builders, meaning that right now the Earth is an easy spot to attack for the Black Order and Thanos. And this leads us into the rest of the event. And this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please hit the like button down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video.